We've got 4 left. We've got 4 left. I don't know if I can do it. Okay. Now let's move on to the more okay characters. These are the 4 characters who I consider decent out of the bunch. But they're still bad. I'm just saying. You can like them if you want to. Okay, so now we're getting into the okay engines. These are what I consider the 7 out of 10s. Starting off, we have Proteus, the yellow narrow gauge engine. Now, I actually do love Proteus's design here. He's pretty cool and pretty nice character. He's painted in a golden yellow. He has silver buffers. If the camera will focus, he does have a nice face here. But why do I not like him as much? Well, they basically did the same thing as Smudger. They took Rheneas, they recolored him green and made him Smudger. But what they should have done instead was make Stanley the narrow gauge engine, if they had the budget. Which I don't understand why Thomas and Friends had such a low budget. But hey, at least they were able to make the narrow gauge engines. But then again, I don't understand why they didn't paint them red. I know they wanted them to, like, have parents tell them apart, but I still think it would have been better if they were red. I'm just saying. Though you can disagree with me if you want. But yeah, Proteus is basically a retooling of Sir Handel. I mean, this was actually before Sir Handel returned in Season 10. So they basically made a new, Sir Hayden, as he's based off of. They basically made a model of Sir Hayden. They painted him yellow and made him Proteus. But then I think they repainted him into Sir Handel. Now, I'm going to be honest, the magic lamp would have been better if Duncan was the lead character. Because for some reason, Peter Sam says, I don't believe in magic. Which is not like Peter Sam at all. It's the same problem with the old bridge where they made Skarloey into a coward instead of having Peter Sam take the role. If it were me, I would basically make Duncan the main protagonist of the magic lamp. Because, to be honest, I think Proteus has a pretty good plot line. So, basically, he has this magic lamp, and if you find it, I think you'll get 3 wishes. Now, that's basically a nice premise, if I'm being honest. I would honestly love to find a magic lamp from a train and have 3 wishes. That would be so awesome. But this is real life. That's never going to happen. Because cartoon physics don't exist. But anyways, Proteus does look very nice. He has a nice quality to him, but I do wish he could have appeared more. At least in Enterprising Engines, like, I think, and Turtles Erdles, I think Proteus got more screen time. And I think there's a theory that Proteus is the engine who died and Duncan gets spooked. I don't know. You could probably correct me if I'm wrong. And what I do like is that... Kelvin basically made another OC that was built from Proteus' remains, and that's Simon the narrow gauge engine. He's basically like a repaint of Sir Handel, but with James's face. Like, he has the same color type as Sir Handel, but with James's face. But yeah, I'm really not a fan of Proteus. I don't really care for him that much. Moving on. Now let's move on to, okay. Oh, poor Neville. Neville. What did they do to him? Why did they treat him this bad? So, I think he only had like 3 lines in the entire series. He doesn't really talk that much. And to be honest, he doesn't really interact that much in Thomas and the New Engine. The only thing he says is hello, and that's it. Like, I don't know if, like, you're supposed to, like, figure out what he's trying to say through his emotions, but I really don't think Neville had that much, like, to his character. He was completely wasted. So, for those of you who don't know who Neville is this engine who appeared in Thomas and the New Engine. I don't know why Thomas has a hard time making new friends in most episodes. He didn't like Stepney at first, he didn't like Stanley, he didn't like Ryan at first, taking his job, and he sort of didn't get used to Ashima for pushing him. But hey, at least Thomas learned from all that and decided to get along with everyone. I mean, I'm surprised he wasn't rude to Percy. Like, unlike in Trampy Movie 11, where he basically called Percy a green caterpillar with red stripes. Now, I actually do love the Trampy movies, and I'm very excited for number 14. But anyways, why do I not like this episode? Well, My least favorite diesels are in it, Ari and Bert. And basically Thomas, like, sees Neville hanging out with Ari and Bert. But all Neville was doing was, like, he basically shunted into the back of the train, and Ari and Bert laughed at him. So that made Thomas think that, oh, Neville's probably laughing with the diesels. But, and then the episode gets worse. So Thomas basically tells everyone, and even my girl Emily believes all of this. Emily, the same engine who told Thomas and Percy that they hurt Salty's feelings by copying the way he talks. Emily would never do this. She would never make fun of anyone. She would never agree with what goes on, like, and she would never be mean to anyone. But the hit entertainment era basically ruined Emily's character and decided to make her bossy and condescending. Dude, that's not how you do certain things. You don't just take a certain character and make them unlikable. That's just wrong. And there's another instance where Emily is bad in, like, she basically laughed at Molly for being useless. No, Emily would never do that. And also, Thomas also thinks that Neville stole his coaches. I don't know, but dude, I think this would have been a perfect episode to teach kids that it's not polite to tell rumors. We don't want stories that can hurt. We want people to spread nice words to each other. Like, they already did, like, Thomas and the Rumors with Harold the Helicopter. Why couldn't they just done another episode like that? Like, they could have had, like, an episode where the engines learned that it's not nice to spread rumors to anyone, especially new engines like Neville. Maybe you could have had Thomas, like... Oh, I know Thomas doesn't usually have a prejudice towards diesels. But there could have been an easier way to, like, rewrite this episode and make it better. I just wish Neville got more screen time. I wish Neville made it to the CGI series. Because at least Neville has a purpose, unlike other engines. Alright. Let's move on. Okay. Now we move on to... Oh boy. Molly the Yellow Engine. Yet another engine that falls into the same problem that Neville does. So Molly is another engine who, like, had one episode of character development, but then later on, they just did nothing with her. She did speak a few times, but she last appeared in The Great Discovery, along with Dennis the Lazy Diesel, which we will not talk about. So who is Molly? Well, Molly is like this yellow engine. She looks similar to the B-12s, but shorter. Like, she has the same 040 arrangement that Edward does. But Molly is this sad engine who, like, is upset because everyone is, like, neglecting her and ridiculing her. Like I said, Emily laughed at her, which is not Emily's character at all. And then Thomas basically has the idea to lie to everyone and say that Molly, like, actually is pulling a load, but they covered her trucks with tarps. The tarps bluff because it's windy, because why not? We need the conflicts to happen, apparently. And then everyone is mad at Thomas. Molly is even more sad than she was before. Like, she did smile at one point, but then she became sad again after Thomas screwed the pooch big time. And anyways, I think the conflict did get resorted at the end, but if it were me, like, I actually do plan on doing a Molly special rewritten at one point. I don't know. And basically, another person said that, okay, Molly is like this shy and timid little train, and she's yellow. Okay. So you're telling me that Molly, a Thomas the Tank Engine character, is shy and timid and yellow. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. We already had a character from My Little Pony who was shy and yellow. Fluttershy, aka the cutest living thing ever. Like, really the cutest character in cartoon history. And let's be honest, I would rather, like, have Fluttershy than Molly the Yellow Engine. I think Fluttershy is a way better character. Because at least she's cute. She's empathetic. Like, she's the one we sympathize with. Like, there's a lot of people who do relate to Fluttershy. I wouldn't blame anyone if they said Fluttershy is their favorite My Little Pony character. Like, I don't know, like Pony Bro, I guess, or Baseball Gamer DJ. Like, I think Fluttershy is very underrated, and she's so cute. Yeah, I really do love Fluttershy. But forget Molly. I'd rather have Fluttershy than Molly the Yellow Engine. Though if you like Molly, I respect your opinion. Wait a minute, did I just tease a new project coming up? Actually, I did. Let me just show you real quick. So, I do have this new line from the My Little Pony, like, franchise. And if you don't know what it is, I'll explain in a community post later on. But yeah. Also, I have made Pinkie Pie, if you're curious. So, Mr. Incrediburnie, I do hope you like this. And I do hope you're excited if I talk about Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie soon, along with the other main 6. If you do like My Little Pony Friendship's Magic. I mean, I don't know how many people do, but hey, it's a great show. You should definitely watch it. Alright, last but not least, for all the bad, mediocre, decent characters to below average. Okay, this guy is not all that bad. Here we have Fearless Freddy. Fearless Freddy is back. Yeah, that's my Sir Handel impression, by the way. Anyways, so Fearless Freddy is the fastest engine in the hills. I actually do think Fearless Freddy had a lot of potential. I do wish that the episode Ding-a-Ling didn't exist. But Fearless Freddy is this engine who appeared in the episode named after him. He has a race with Scarloey and Renee's, and I'm going to be honest, I actually do like the episode Fearless Freddy. I don't think I have any minor complaints with it. Although, I think Scarloey and Renee should have learned not to go too fast. And I do love the shortcuts Fearless Freddy takes, but they're just too, like... I just have 2 negatives with Freddy. 1, he replaced Duke, and he replaced Ivo Hugh. And I think he's just basically a ripoff of Ivo Hugh. Like, I mean, think about it. He does have a similar design, except he's longer, and he has the number 7 like Ivo Hugh. To be honest, I think I would rather like have an episode with Ivo Hugh as the main lead. And maybe you could have had Ivo Hugh have a race with Renee's and Scarloey. It would basically play out the same as Fearless Freddy, but just different, in my opinion. Okay, so... I mean, he does have a nice gold dome. I do appreciate that Mattel made more merchandise for him back in 2013 and 2014. When they basically like, made a new Thomas Wooden Railway line and gave the train CGI faces. And they brought back a lot of classic characters like Fergus, Bertram, Lady. It was so good. Even though I'm not a fan of the newer character designs. I just wish they would have stuck with the original 1999 through 2001 designs. Like in the olden days of Thomas Wooden Railway. But anyways, and I do still think it would have been nice if they continued the Bluebird toy line if it didn't go bankrupt. And then we could have had all these characters to begin with. Not counting the OCs, because they were made by us specifically, like Agent Andrews and the E2 family, as well as other people who make OCs. But anyways. Alright. That was a bit tough to get through. But now, finally, after all of that agonizing torture I had to go through, now we finally take a look at the 3 good characters from Hit Entertainment. Now, these characters are awesome in every way because they made it to the CGI series, so well done. Thank you for giving these characters all the potential they needed, especially Rocky. Alright, so... coming in at 3rd, we have Stanley, the Silver Tank Engine. Now, this character, I'm not gonna lie, has a very nice character design. And I do think they made his character pretty well. Even though, yes, this is a cliche, Thomas is jealous of Stanley. But, I'm gonna be honest, I really do like Stanley as a character. I mean, he's pretty unique, because he has an arched smoke box and an arched face. I love that he's a basic white design, meaning that I don't have to paint that much. And I really do think Stanley is an awesome character. And I will admit, The Great Discovery is a good Thomas movie. Not great or spectacular. It's just good. I mean, there are a few things that I like about The Great Discovery. Hold on. Yeah, The Great Discovery isn't all that bad. Now, there are like a few things I like. I love the collapsing bridge scene. I will admit the waterfall scene was pretty epic. I do love Thomas and Stanley's resolutions and like how they come to terms with each other at the end. Do you want to know what my favorite thing about the whole entire movie is? It's the song Thomas, You're the Leader. That song is one of my favorite songs of all time from Thomas and Friends. Easily up there with Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover, It's Great to Be an Engine, Accidents Will Happen, and Come for the Ride. Those songs are definitely amazing and catchy. Same with Thomas, You're the Leader. If you love that song, please tell me in the comments below. But yeah, I don't know what there is to say about Stanley. I just really like him as a character. I mean, I think he has more of a personality than, like, as I remember, like, I don't know that much about Stanley's character trait, but he's just a pretty nice character. Alright, and then we have With the Garbage Engine. Now, I will admit, With was a bit hard to deal with at first, considering that Emily's Rubbish is another episode I don't really care for. It's another one I don't like. Because Emily basically has to, like, work with this new engine named With, but she doesn't like him, apparently, so she runs away from him. And then Spencer has a problem where he's, like, where there's some trucks of garbage in the way, and Emily has to go back and get With, and hooray, we did it, we did it. We saved the day, woohoo! Yeah, it's very predictable. But I was pretty happy when they brought back With in, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Misty Island Rescue! Yeah, I hate that movie, and if you want to know why, I made an entire video talking about it. But yeah, I do really like Whiff's design. I love the fact that he wears glasses. That's pretty nice. I love his dark green, I love his black lining. Yeah, I do think Whiff has a nice design. And I do think that his whistle is one of my favorites in the entire series. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about Whiff. I just really like him a lot. Definitely a nice character. Well done, Hit Entertainment. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dee da 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 da. Dee da 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 da. Dee da da. Dee da 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 da. Rosie the Pink Engine. Yeah! Here we have the best character of the entirety of the Hit Entertainment series. Rosie the Little Pink Tank Engine. Yes, yes, yes. Rosie is going down as one of my favorite characters of all time. Hands down. I'm honestly surprised that this was only, like, the best thing of Season 10. And she's really remained consistent with her cute and likable personality. So, she first appeared in Thomas and the Birthday Mail. Yet another pretty good episode. It's just not one of my favorites, because of how Thomas acts. Now, Thomas did think Rosie was a bit annoying because she was trying to copy him. He did try to get away from her. He got stuck, which was pretty stupid. But Rosie ended up saving the day. And I do love the fact that Thomas was pretty generous enough to ask Rosie to, like, deliver the mail for him since he couldn't do it. And I love the ending where Rosie had Alice on board, the girl who Thomas was delivering the birthday presents to. Like, the birthday mail. Like, but basically, Rosie ended up doing it, and she brought Alice with him. And Alice did thank Thomas for, like, trying his best to deliver her birthday mail. But yeah, I do think that episode did have a nice plot if it was just executed better. I do love other instances where Rosie was in the series. Now, the Nitrogen Studios is still bad, but I would say Rosie is probably one of the only good things I liked about that. Now, there are some things that I don't like about Rosie. I don't like her voice change in Season 21, and I especially don't like her red paint. Hold on. Why do I love Rosie? Well, I love her pink paint, her cute design, her super cute voice. Like, from season 13 to 16. I honestly don't know why they had to recast her in season 21. I mean, they could have had, like, Jules Day-Jong voice her, which I think she did voice her in season 13 to 16. I could be wrong. All I know is that Teresa Gallagher voiced her in the UK dub of season 13 to 16. But let's be honest, if it were me, I would have Rosie be voiced by Andrea Libman, the same person who did Pinkie Pie. I would actually love to see Rosie, like, have Pinkie Pie's voice if they were to, like, bring her back. Please give Rosie... Please make Andrea Libman voice Rosie and have her do her Pinkie Pie voice. Please do. I would love to see that. That would be so cute as heck. But yeah, I really do love Rosie. Solid 10 out of 10. Well done, Hit Entertainment. You finally did something good for once. Actually, you've done a few other good things, but yeah. I would say Rosie is the only good thing they did. From, like, the only, like, actually great character. I also do love Stanley, Whiff, and Rocky. These four are amazing. So, in conclusion, I actually do love these characters. Rosie, Stanley, and Whiff are the MVPs of the Hit Entertainment era. Alright, so, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I am sorry if I did get a bit angry, but you can have your own opinions. If you love any of these characters from Hit Entertainment, I respect your opinion. If you like these characters, please tell me in the comments below. And what were your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Is there a character you like? Is there a character you hate? I'll be curious. So let me ask this. Who are your favorite Hit Entertainment characters? And which characters did you hate from Hit Entertainment? It's the same question I asked with the CGI Thomas characters. So, if there's a character you hate, tell me in the comments below. If there are any Hit Entertainment characters you love, please tell me in the comments. And stay tuned for more videos. Because yes, I promise I will do the Battle for Dream Island ranking at some point. I just had to get this thing off my chest. And I had to, like, rip this band-aid off. Because I really had to let this out of my system because I couldn't contain myself. I really do not like any of the characters from Hit Entertainment. Except for Rosie, Stanley, Whiff, and Rocky. Yes, I love Hit Entertainment. Because they made Bob the Builder, and they made the Wiggles, and the Rubber Dubbers, and Fireman Sam Season 5. And I will admit, they did do a few good episodes from this series, but I still prefer, like, Seasons 1 through 7 of Thomas and Friends, and Season 17 to 21. Those will always have the great episodes and great character development. And stay tuned for the Bob the Builder video coming soon. I really would like to do a review on Bob the Builder at some point, because this is one of my favorite shows. And I do really love the way these characters came out. And if you are excited for this new My Little Pony miniature series, please tell me. I've completed Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, but I'm so excited to do Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Twilight, Rarity, and basically any other characters if you guys would give me suggestions in the comments. Depending if I do more. But I will definitely complete the main 6. So if you're excited for this, please tell me in the comments below. I genuinely think that these characters are amazing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!